Yeah, I believe we're live.
Alright, cool.
Well, welcome to the third rendition of Flyby Post Race. I'm here with Aaron Tribble and Mike Campeggio. We're here to review, get interviews, and for last weekend's race, Kansas and Iowa. First of all, I'd like to thank all the league members, all the admins that worked their butt off to, get this league up and running. And these two races were the best two races of the season. We had an Iowa race that went virtually caution green, which I could never even thought of doing that. And that's awesome. And I love everyone for coming out to the practice races and doing everything they can to get better at both of the tracks. Kansas, we only had 3 or 4 cautions, which that's expected since it's a high-speed track, but still a great race. Great finish at Kansas. Well, let's get talking about it. So, Mike, I know you had some trouble at Iowa. How did you take the or start? How did your car handle, and how do you?
Well, I'd say in the first, that first run, I thought I had a really good car because, I was up there with you and Brady and Dylan and them for a little bit. And then that first green flag pit stop came, and I took my tires and stuff, and I spun off 4 off that because I got way too loose. And, after that, I was just fighting to get back on the lead lap, and finally did, and then I got a top 10 finish. My goal at Iowa was to finish top 10. I probably could have finished higher if I didn't spin out. Luckily, I didn't have a yellow for that. Probably wish I would have had a yellow to save my car, save me from not going a lap down. But I just was realistic. I'm not fast at Iowa, so I was just realistic and got a top 10, and I'm happy with it. That's a track I got to improve on in the Cup car. I know that for sure, but yeah, my goal was basically a top 10 in Iowa, so I'm pretty happy with that. But I know if I didn't make that one mistake, I probably could have finished a little bit higher than I did.
Yeah, the pit roads are pretty tricky when you get on these, the looser tracks, and I even had some trouble with it at Kansas too, for me. But we review Iowa. So Aiden Kirker, he went 3 in a row. No surprise, dominated the race with 169 laps led. No one else was even close. It was 200 laps, so completely dominated the race. Won the race by a second. It definitely would have been more, but Dylan Hervatson and Chris Odo, they played out a great strategy, and they're able to, if they had another couple laps, I think they probably could have gotten to Aiden, but Aiden was just lights out all day, and he got the win.
Yeah, I agree.
Pit strategy played a big thing. 6 cars were only on the lead lap at the end of the race. Everyone else was a lap down or more at the end of the race. Also, in other news, this race was our first ever broadcasted race. We'd like to thank PTM for doing that. We'll be getting them for a couple more Saturday races, and we're happy to have them on. Aaron, you were fast, but maybe a speeding penalty bite you in the butt there at the end?
At Iowa, yeah, it did. I was pitting in there with Aiden. I held up pretty good there at the end of the fuel run. I was going to pit in with Aiden and maybe try and battle for the win if maybe worse went for worse for him. And just the very end of pit road, I went over the limit. And yeah, just went all from south from there. Race is good till it was bad. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, and you did. You're battling well. You're running P2, I believe, or P3 maybe. Yeah, P2. You're able to pass us early and just run away kind of with Aaron, or not really as fast as Aiden, but still able to pull away from the rest of the field. So yeah, a tough break there, but still. You made up for it at Kansas, though. So, all is good. 2 cautions for 9 laps. Had 8 lead changes, and once again, all those lead changes probably under pit road pitting cycles.
Yeah.
Aiden really never got even challenged by anyone, unless it was like the first couple laps of restart. Then you just pull away from everyone.
Yeah.
I'll say one thing. To only have 2 cautions for 200 laps, and to see how well everybody raced Saturday night, and especially to have PTM broadcasting that race for us, it was really awesome of them to, come see that show that we put on Saturday night, because I think we put on a really good show for them.
Mhm.
Yeah, great. It was a great debut broadcasting day for similar to real NASCAR.
Yeah. Flyby.
So we'll see what comes of that. We'll be getting. Looks like we're gonna get Charlotte for next weekend.
Sweet.
I have on Facebook, obviously, but
And
yeah.
no surprise, Aiden with the fastest lap time with a 23.315. Absolutely murdered the field, basically. So he's already won. So he's already in the All-Star race. So nobody new added to the All-Star race after this race. But
Well, who is currently in the All-Star race? That is the question.
the current All-Star race drivers go as follow: Chris A. Fritz, Kyle Camper, Mason Thompson, Aiden Kirker, Dylan Hervatin, and Chris Odo, which we will get to later. He locked himself in with a win, a crazy last lap at Kansas. Not anything else to say about Kansas? A great race. Love to say it. Love to see it.
Kansas was a really fun race there. Took a lot of strategy, I'm pretty sure, came into the mix, and
Oh, yes.
especially with people playing mind games trying to save tires, and it got really crazy at the end there, everybody trying to jockey for position. And just other in the end part where it got kind of bad, Good solid race.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Kansas was really good. A lot of strategy, having to pit and use your tires and stuff like that, when to take them, when not to take them, and stuff. And then we got to the end, and everybody was being aggressive, trying to get spots. And there were some tempers. I think there were a little bit of tempers from everybody. And the finish was amazing between Chris and Dylan. And, Rubbin's racing, boys.
Yep. And actually, Aaron was able to get to second place out of that, which makes up kind of for the
Not very good first Iowa race after the speeding penalty.
Yeah, which locks Chris into the All-Star race. Not the playoffs. The All-Star race. The pole sitter would be Aiden Kirker once again. He destroyed the field in qualifying. Beat us all by probably a tenth. Let's take a look at the times. Yep, a 32.255 was his time, whereas second place Dylan was 30.311. So pretty good qualifying. He did lead a lot of laps. Aiden would lead 51 laps of the 134. Cole Williams led 38. Then Dylan Hervatin led 29. Aaron Trubel led 7. Chris led 3, but won the race, led that 1 lap. And I led 1 lap. So, and Scott led 5, but unfortunately got caught up in a wreck. It was a very solid race, very fun race to race in. Have all the 2 wide, 3 wide action, all the side drafting and stuff. There was only 5 cautions in the race, which I'm proud of. There's only 25 laps. It's not a huge amount, not like we had in Michigan or maybe Auto Club. But overall, great race. Aiden Kirker also lost his winning streak, so now he is 3 wins in a 5th place. So still not bad. So, anything else to add?
I just think that Aiden's going to be the man to beat. Because, I mean, he's so fast everywhere.
Yeah, he was able to. He missed a race, so that's why he's currently down in the points. Looks like a 22-point gap to him. In the standings, I am currently in the lead with Kyle Camper, Aiden Kirker in P3, Mike, you're in P4, and Chris Oda is in P5 now. Aaron, you've jumped to P8 after those runs. It's pretty good. So what do you say we bring in our Iowa winner? And the guy that's been destroying a lot of people, or beating a lot of us, so why don't we bring him in?
Alright.
Hello, Aiden. If your
Hello.
camera is on, then you gotta turn it back on.
Yeah, it's on.
There we go. Alright. Well, great first race, or not first race, well, third win in a row at Iowa. How'd you get it done?
Just being consistent all day, having a strong strategy, just trying to limit my mistakes, and trying to extend the fuel run as much as I can too.
Yeah, it seemed like you pulled away from just about the entire field, almost the entire race, except for those cautions where nobody could really challenge you. So, great day. Third win of the season, already third in points. How are you feeling about your chances to go win the championship?
I feel pretty strong. I know there's a good list of tracks coming up. I know Phoenix is not next race, but the race after. That's definitely one of my strong tracks with the low downforce, high horsepower. So I think that's another race I can go get done. I don't know about any road courses coming up, but any road course, I feel like I'll have a strong shot at that race. And hopefully I can see if I can get my way up to the points lead pretty soon here. But I don't know. I think it's to the point where I'm going to be stuck in the same spot for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and keep you down there as long as you can, as long as I can. And on to Iowa, you had a pretty good run there. You and your teammate led the majority of the laps. You got caught up there, or caught, out with the tires a little bit, and finished P5, which is still strong. Just not the fourth win in a row that you were probably expecting. How did your car feel there?
Well, when I was on the same set of tires as everybody else, it felt pretty good. Felt like I could pull away a little bit. Kansas is tough because just the draft on the straightaway from the car behind, it's really tough to pull away. Once the tires kind of wear in, it gets a little bit easier. But just when everybody had fresh tires and I didn't, it was tough to kind of keep them all behind me, and just I got shuffled back and never was able to actually get back up to the lead. So I mean, top 5 for really missing the strategy in that race is pretty good. It's not the fourth win in a row, but it was expected that the streak was going to stop pretty soon. So top 5 isn't bad at Kansas. I really didn't have no complaints outside of that race.
Yeah. Two great races, I would say, for you. Pulled the third in the points. How do you feel coming into Charlotte and Phoenix these next two races?
I feel pretty good as long as I don't get involved in any wrecks or anything. I feel like get a couple more good finishes, but you really never know, especially with Charlotte. Charlotte it's a track where it's almost really the package can keep a lot of guys in it. It's going to be a close race. There's definitely a lot of guys that can go out and win that race. And then Phoenix, I feel confident that I can go out and have another strong showing there.
All right. Y'all have anything to add?
I guess what I was going to say is, Aiden, what do you think about running these double headers now? Because we had a double header this past weekend, and we'll have a double header with Charlotte and Phoenix coming up. How do you mentally get prepared to handle both races? Because they're two different tracks that we had this weekend, and two different tracks coming up with Charlotte and Phoenix.
I think it's actually, I like being able to do the double headers, having 2 league races in a row, so you don't have to wait another week or 2 weeks to get to the next race, and it also kind of helps with the practice during the week because of all the practice races. It kind of, you're not just doing one track consistently through the week. You're kind of trying to have them focus on 2 different racetracks, and that kind of keeps you, I wouldn't say entertained, but you don't get bored of going to the same place. And finally, when you get to that racetrack on Saturday or Sunday, you're like, oh, well, finally it's over. We don't have to run that track for a while. So I like it. It kind of keeps some, what's the word I'm looking for? It makes it, it mixes it up a little bit throughout the week for practice races.
Aaron, anything?
No.
Alright. Well,
I do have one more for you.
okay.
I was just going to ask you, with the new rules that came out, I know Flyby and their admins came out with some new rules this week. How do you think the new rules went into effect at Iowa and Kansas? And overall, what do you think about the rules from your point?
I like the rules now. I think that the only struggle is that in Iowa we didn't have too many yellows, so we didn't really get this. But in Kansas, the rule would be just be honest and say if you cause a caution not for the EOLs. I like that. If you cause a caution, you get an EOL or penalty, or if it's a racing incident, they get nothing. But the only thing that's an issue is people tend to just kind of say, oh no, I didn't do it, I did nothing wrong, and they don't really own up to the mistake they made. So I think that there's not much you can really do with that except for just expect people to be more honest. But I like that we aren't really able to really chat under green too much. It lets me focus a little bit more. I don't know about any other rules besides that, but I think they're pretty good. I think that it's a definite improvement to the league.
Yes, they are, and we'll hope to try and better that throughout the year. But thanks for joining us. Once again, your Iowa winner, Aiden Kirker. We'll catch you next time, probably.
All right, guys. See you.
Yeah, thanks again for joining us, man.
See you guys.
See.
Yeah.
What a kind guy.
Very nice. Yes.
All right.
That swagger to him, boys.
Yeah. Well, we do have the option. We can bring Mr. QuickTime in. We'll bring him, Mr. Cole Killiams in. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, Cole. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, unfortunately, you missed Iowa. Probably the better of the 2 races, but no, had a strong car. Led 38 laps at Kansas. You and your teammate led the majority. It's a good day for both of you, but unfortunately got caught up in some stuff. What happened back there?
Yeah, like you said, we had a great race. First half of the Kansas race, fortunately missed Iowa race, just mistimed it. But it was a good race at the start. We were definitely on the right strategy and we had things rolling. Got up to the front early, and Clean Air definitely prevailed, as we saw near Eastern NA race. That it was basically a 2-dog race. And we were working our tires good. And then unfortunately Eric Schaefer intentionally brought out the caution, as it seemed. He tried it multiple times and finally got it the last time. And just kind of restacked the race from us. It was right around halfway. So I just lost a little bit of track position, and then got an incident with Aaron after he almost turned a guy in front of me, and I didn't know where he was going. Kind of got into the back of him, and then just a jumbo. So that was my last flash repair done. And then Dylan just messed up and took me out and got me a lot of some engine damage. And that killed me, but it was fun. Would have been better, of course, if my car would have been clean for the last run, but it was wild up there, and it was definitely an entertaining finish. Just what could have been if it would have went green, or hell, even if I didn't have to use one of my fast repairs from either incident where I wrecked with Aaron, or incident under green where I slammed the wall and was losing like 10th or 2 a lap and due to right front damage, but had a lot of fun, that's for sure, at least for the first time.
Well, that's good to hear. And your teammate, you're sitting 21st in points right now. It's not great, but you may not be able to make some of the races since you do have that league race. But how do you feel you can help your teammate in any way to, get to the points so you can get to the championship, since he's sitting in a much better spot than you right now?
Yeah, he's done great things just playing. Kirker nearly got 4 in a row right there after he joined, barely in time for Auto Club, but just didn't have things pan out his way at the end with the strategy and the way the cautions fell, because it's cautions breed cautions. But yeah, I think if we have some super speedway races here and there, if we have races, tracks like Kansas, where you can kind of, figure out different strategies, push each other, give each other, just tidbits and work together in those type of tracks, and then that can help. But he's a great driver, so he can figure things out himself, even if even out of a restrictor play track or something like that. But I think I'm able to push restrictor play races and work with other guys, or just practice and just work together in races, because we definitely click, and that was shown ever since we started racing with each other at Phoenix in a street stock race. So and even it almost that resembles what happened at Kansas, just running nose to tail and quite honestly blowing the field out of the water. I think we're up by like 13 seconds or so on third place, and then there was another 5 seconds after him, and he short pitted, so before the caution came out for the 3 car. So we'll have to see how things pan out, but it'll be fun. Just hoping that I can make the playoffs for myself and not have to have any other commitments, but hopefully I can get a little bit more practice races in, stuff like that.
Yeah. And how have you been? How do you feel running in this league? Do you have fun, or does it need to be improved in any way that you see?
Well, as you know, I'm very vocal in these chats and different stuff. I think these official races are definitely fun, and I was pleasantly surprised to see we had Kansas, a long green run. To me, it could have went flag to flag if Aaron Schaefer didn't race, but if we had that, unfortunately, him tried to spin himself since he joined the race 2 laps down. But and then Iowa, I was watching because unfortunately I couldn't make it. And he was, I think you guys didn't have like a 90 lap run or something like that, something big, and forced like 2 green flag stops, or at least one of them. It was good. And I think, of course, as in every single league I've ran in before, there's things that you're never gonna have a perfect world unless if you run your own league. So I think that's why I use the suggestion box. I try to be vocal. Sometimes it feels like the admins aren't open too much to my changes, but it's fun. I like racing. That's why I joined the league. I would have been out of here if I didn't want to race, and rather spend my time watching the Suns or doing something. By the way, go Suns 7-0. We're gonna make the playoffs with the, and of course my Uber mobile. So but yeah, it's a touchy subject, I think, for everyone, but I'm not pushing for much change anymore because it seems like it's just let things roll. And I think we go to Charlotte and ISM next couple weeks, so that'll be fun. ISM is looking forward. ISM is definitely one of my favorite tracks. I have a lot of good memories there. Yeah, that's my take on that.
What is the origin of the Ubre Mobile?
The Ubre Mobile? Well, a long story, but there was one night where before the LWRC NASCAR Cup Series race at Phoenix, and Aiden made me a car. He was making me a car, and then we thought, wouldn't it be funny if we put like my favorite athletes, Kyle Larson, Casey Kane, and Kelly Oubre onto a car, like Coke Orange Vanilla car, but yeah, so we put him on. We ran that race for Phoenix, and a couple weeks later he's like, cool, I got something in the works for you. And I'm like, alright, what's it gonna be? And then he kept kind of giving hints at it and stuff like that, and I was like, did I have any chance is relate to Kelly Oubre? I think I sent a GIF of Kelly Oubre in some Discord server, and he goes, or something like that, like, oh, that'll be on your most recent car. I was like, what? Are you making me a Oubre mobile? and like with the asterisk, so it made the like text go italicized or something. And he was like, "How did you know?" And I was like, "That's exactly it's exactly what the file name is." And I was like, "Oh my god." I bet you better give me this car now. I need to run it. I think it was like Sunday, so we had 2 league races next day in the Butter Lawn Care Series and the LWRC NASCAR Cup Series. So I was like, give it to me now. He's like, okay, let me go finish it. Then I run it. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm running this for the rest of my life. And that's how that worked. That's kind of the very origin of its idea was because of that Coke Orange Vanilla car that was made with other people on it. And I've talked about making other cars like maybe a Larson Mobile, Kane Mobile, but I think we'll stick with the Uber Mobile for now. But based on how Devin Booker's doing in the NBA, we can make a Devin Mobile too. But I can't make cars, so I kind of rely on Aiden. He's like, and I was like, there's the only 2 cars I need: that Coke Orange Vanilla car with the 3 goats and the Uber Mobile. That's all I need.
That's good. You two have anything to ask?
I was gonna say to Cole, I know you said that ISM is one of your tracks that you're looking forward to coming up, but are there any other tracks that you can think of on the schedule that like best fits your driving style and what you're looking for? My second part to that would be is how do you and Aiden make each other better? Like how in your communication and stuff like that? And how good like teammate wise? Like what do you guys do to push each other to be better?
To answer your first question about tracks, I don't know exactly the schedule off the top of my head, but definitely tracks where they have the 725 horsepower and the lower downforce, like in Iowa or Richmond or a Phoenix, places like that. I love Martinsville. I'm not the greatest there, but I love Martinsville. Definitely Bristol. Looking forward to Bristol whenever that's on there, because that's a track that it just clicks. We're looking towards the bigger tracks. Indianapolis, if that's on the track, I was rolling a fixed. I gained like 500 I rating that week. And maybe we already had Michigan. I don't know if it's on the schedule again or whatever, but Michigan was fun. I think that's a good track. Of course, Charlotte, I've run a lot there. I've ran a couple NIS there. It's definitely fun, fast track, a lot of tire management. But those type tracks are definitely my favorites. But definitely, I'm looking forward to Bristol. And to answer your question about the team, I think just the way we both kind of drive and our personalities, it's almost perfect. And how we keep pushing forward is we practice by ourselves, whatever, and talk about the track here and there, talk about some things we do in the garage and menu, and that's basically it. I mean, we just kind of go out there and run, and we're almost just even. And I think if Aiden wasn't on my team, we weren't teammates or never really knew of each other. I think we definitely would be big rivals because we both race each other clean, and we have a lot of fun battles. And I knew that Aiden was a great driver when I joined Western Steel Racing. That Brady Wildman and Josh Duke are kind of like all of us kind of originated from there. And when I raced with a lot of people, we had this. I was talking about it. We had this Phoenix street stock session. It was for the World Online Racing Championship League, and we went side by side for like 20 laps, running super clean, no 0Xs, and we almost went. And I think it was just a practice race that Brady put up. I think the race was 25 laps. We went like side by side for like 20 before I think I messed up or something. He got by me on the outside, but and then I think the back markers in that race wrecked the back, and then we had to throw a caution, and it was unfortunate. I just knew that he was a great driver, and when it was time for the next chapter, I wanted him on my team, and I think the sky's the limit for different leagues we're in.
Mm-hmm. Anything else, Aaron? No.
I got nothing.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We hope to see you next week at Phoenix and Charlotte, and maybe you can get a winner or two there. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, thanks for joining us, Cole. Really appreciate your time.
Yeah. I'll see you guys hopefully at next races and practice races.
Yes, sir.
See you guys.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I guess now it's time to review, talk about the next 2 races that we're gonna have. Charlotte's one. A lot of tire management. It's a really fast track, but it's really tight, and I think it's if everyone practices, I think it can be a good race, but a lot of mistakes that can be made there. Even the best of leagues probably have had issues there, so we'll see how it goes. Aaron, I know you're about to say something, so.
Yeah, Charlotte's just like a really gonna be a really tough track. I do feel like there's probably gonna be some cautions once it gets down to it. People trying to make it 3 wide once it gets down to it, you know. Especially with new tires, that track is a crazy track, man. It's gonna be one of those tracks, man. But like, I think it's gonna be a fun race. And since, I appreciate the predominant line is gonna be the inside line, obviously. As long as you save tires, you'll be fine, and should be a lot of passing, should be a lot of green flag runs if we can get it settled down. And then Phoenix should also be a fun one, especially out of 4. Definitely should be watching for that. That's going to be a crazy one. Yeah, enough said.
Yeah, I think it'd also be a relatively loose track at Charlotte. It could be difficult to drive for some guys, but fortunately we'll have these 2 weeks. Well, not 2 weeks, but this time that we have in between these next 2 races to practice. And I think that everyone take them seriously now that we've got these rules and stuff, and I think everyone's gonna prevail. Everyone's gonna get better at the track, and it's gonna be a good race. I think that this league will pull together and make another 2 races that we had. Mike?
I was gonna say that Charlotte's gonna be loose and fast, and whoever can dial it in with the tires and the setup is gonna do the best. And obviously there probably will be some yellows toward the end of the race and stuff when people are aggressive, but hopefully it's not too aggressive. And then ISM and Phoenix, that's a great track. There's some great racing there goes on. That dog leg is going to come into effect, I think, late in the race. And those restarts get wild and crazy there, as well as they do at Charlotte. But I just think that, these 2 tracks coming up have a lot of, technique to them. And the drivers need to, use the track time that they got to, feel the car, feel how it goes over a long run and stuff like that. And I think the racing's going to be really good, and I'm excited that PTM, Pedal to the Metal Broadcasting TV, is going to be along with us that Saturday night in Charlotte. Hopefully we can put on a good show for the guys,
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good race in Charlotte. And as for Phoenix, I feel comfortable there. I know Aaron feels comfortable there. We've ran a league race there. We finished 1-2, actually. I think it's just going to be as we probably still get to get better. We've probably got a long ways to get to the caliber that Aiden and Cole are at the moment. But I think that if we put in enough time and effort, we'll get there. I'm really excited to see what this league can do, what wonders we can explore, and I think I'm ready. I'm gonna try and I gotta limit the points. Just basically my goal, if I'm not gonna be able to win, is to try and finish in front of Aiden and Kyle and you, Mike. Y'all need to stay back there. So I've got a good points lead over everyone. Decent, like 10 points over Kyle, and then 22 points back to Aiden. So I just need to protect that. I think that I can definitely make that last to Homestead. Just got to be consistent. Can't have any bad runs. So we have some, we've got the All-Star race voting is on. Chicago's taking it by a long shot right now.
Homestead should be the one in my opinion, but
I'm biased. Chicago's my home track, so I'm biased with Chicago all the way.
Yeah, so our 4 options were Las Vegas, Homestead, Chicago, and Kansas for this year's 4 tracks. As of right now, Chicago's winning, but a lot of drivers have not voted yet. We'll get them to vote here sooner or later. Only 6 guys locked into the All-Star race as well. So, we do have a bunch more races to go. But, so the field is short right now. The All-Star Open will get 3 more people in. Pretty much same as real life. The leader at, the stages will advance. And then we'll have the, we're not big enough right now to do a fan vote, but we're going to do a driver vote. I think we maybe, I don't know, maybe the top 7 that aren't in points get the chance to get in, with voting.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So, well, I think that may be a rule that gets implemented just a little later on. We have to talk to all the admins and stuff about it. But, thank y'all for joining me. Aaron.
Yeah.
Thank you for
You're
coming
welcome.
on, man.
Yeah.
You should definitely do this again. Next time, bring some questions because you didn't ask one.
How do you ask a question? There you go. See, I did it.
Well, you should have asked that to one of the other guys.
Interesting.
Hopefully we'll have more of the finishers on next time.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of late at night for everybody.
Yeah. It's 11 o'clock. Yeah, if we didn't have that, well, I think it was worth running because me and Aaron just had a crazy battle. Beat me by 4 thousandths of a second. So,
Yep.
it was worth
You
it.
can't even tell what's going on with the finish.
Yeah. So, I think next time we'll maybe do it Monday or Wednesday, whenever both of us don't have a league race, and we can just do it at a reasonable time and get everyone prepared for it. But we'd like to thank Aiden and Cole for coming on. I'd like to thank you, Mike, and Aaron for helping me out here.
Yeah. You're welcome.
No problem. You're
I
welcome.
basically did nothing, but still.
Well,
Yeah, get ready to do this after another doubleheader at Charlotte and Phoenix here coming up.
Oh God, no.
yeah, I'm ready. I wish you all the best of luck. I want to win, but it's gonna be tough. Tough 2 races. League is tough. Wish y'all.
Aiden and Cole would have to beat, not you. I just need a regular win.
Wow! Oh my God, dude. I beat you at Iowa, but I'm getting closer and closer to beating you. Last week I finished a position behind you. I was right on your bumper coming to the line, and
No,
then
you weren't.
yeah, I was right behind you. You just passed
No,
Dylan.
I
I
don't
wasn't.
remember that.
Okay.
I don't remember
Okay.
that.
Well. I'm getting closer. I'm gonna beat you one day because I'm getting closer. Like today, it was only 4 thousandths of a second. So I'll get there one day. Mike.
No, you won't.
Okay, bud. Mike, how you plan to take on Charlotte? Have you run there?
Well, I have run there before, and I've run. When I ran in T-Fixed and everything like that in the truck series, I got in 1 week. I got 3 wins there at Charlotte, and then in A and B fixed when I ran at Charlotte, I've got a lot of top 5s, the top 10s, and then that one practice race that we did, or recruitment race I think we did at Charlotte, I won at last lap pass coming to the line. So I have a lot more confidence in Charlotte than I do at ISM and Phoenix. I haven't run Phoenix and Up Hard for a while, so that's the track I'm going to have a lot of practicing to do. But I'm looking forward to Charlotte. I think I got a good chance to, get a top 5 or possibly a win, So I'm excited for Charlotte.
Anything can happen in a good race.
Yep.
Everyone has their good tracks, so it seems to be yours. So. But
Yes, fingers crossed.
yes, sir. Get that kit. Well, yeah, you got a lot. You're the only one that can't wait. Are you? Is Mason in it
Yeah,
yet?
I'm the only one at KMS not in the All-Star race right now.
Mike, you need to get in the All-Star race, man.
I know, I'm going to do my
Well,
best here.
Don't worry, I won't let that happen at Charlotte at least.
What are you talking about, Aaron? You're gonna finish lat. No, just kidding. Alright, well, thank you guys for joining us. I'm Jesse Martinez. I'm 3 Watt Time on YouTube. Mike?
Mike at Pinball 24 on Instagram and KMS Racing on YouTube.
Aaron, you got it. Well, we don't have any social media, so.
I have a Reddit.
Reddit.
Yes, Reddit. I don't even remember the name, but I have a Reddit.
All right. Well, thanks
No
y'all.
one beats my Reddit powers.
Well,
Powers of Karen
yeah.
live inside me, and the powers of beating you at Charlotte. Jester
Miss
Martinez.
Carl Edwards fan. Shut up.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. Well, at least this time I'll beat, everybody at Homestead. I'll do it, and I'll win the championship doing it.
Oh, you're 8th in points, like 50 back. You got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get her done. Watch me.
All right. Well,
Alright, boys.
yeah.
Hey, I still beat you tonight.
Yeah.
So.
By 4,000, so we still don't know if you actually won because we can't see the white line.
Well, the Fire Racing said I won, therefore I won.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my
You
logic.
probably got it, but well, thank you boys for joining us. We'll be signing off for now.